The storm is coming. I can feel it in my chest, pounding against my ribs, each wave of pressure, each moment of chaos building into something I can't escape. The noise, the expectations, the demands, all screaming for my attention, pulling me in every direction. I should speak, I should react, but what if that's the mistake? What if all this noise is just a distraction from what I really need to hear? In the noise, I'm drowning, but in the silence, I'm alive. The power isn't in what I say. The power is in what I choose not to. I've spent too long chasing approval, seeking validation in every word I spoke. But now I see it. I see the truth. I don't need to speak to exist. I don't need to fill the space to matter. The storm rages, but here I stand, silent, watching, waiting. The world wants me to scream, to act, to prove myself, but I'm learning something else now. Silence is where power begins. In the quiet, I find my voice, not in the words I speak, but in the ones I choose to withhold. Stillness isn't weakness. Silence isn't submission. It's a choice, a rebellion against the chaos. They want me to react. They want me to give in. But I'm not giving them that. I'm holding back, not out of fear, but because I understand something now. In the quiet, I build. In the silence, I prepare. I've been told to speak up, to show myself, to make my presence known. But all that noise, what is it really? It's just a distraction. It's a mask. It's the world's way of filling up the space to hide the truth. And the truth is, I don't need to speak to be heard. I don't need to shout to be seen. In the stillness, I can hear the whispers of my future, the echoes of my destiny, and it's all in the silence. I keep coming back to this truth. I am the silence that shapes the storm. I don't need to rise with the noise. I don't need to fall into the chaos. I stand here, in the eye of the storm, and let everything else swirl around me. There's power in this stillness. There's clarity here. It's not that I'm waiting. I'm building, quietly. Say it again. I'm not done yet. The world wants my voice. They need my words. They want me to speak, to react, to show them I'm here, but I'm done with that. I don't need to prove myself anymore. I don't need to shout to be seen. I've been too loud for too long, speaking when I should have been silent. They want me to play their game, but I'm breaking free. I'm no longer bound by their rules. My silence is my strength. I'm not afraid to let the noise around me drown out. It's only in this silence I see the truth. I choose what I say. I choose when I speak. They think silence means weakness. They think silence means I'm scared. No, silence means power. Silence means control. They can keep screaming, but I'll stay quiet. In the silence, I'm reclaiming everything. They think I'm losing because I'm not fighting back. What they don't see is that I'm not here to fight them. I'm here to redefine the game. I don't need to conform. I don't need their approval. I am my own voice now, not the noise they want me to make, but the quiet I choose to live in. I speak when it matters. I speak when it counts. The pressure, the obsession with speaking, the pressure to react, to perform, it's all just noise, and noise is poison. I've been drowning in it for too long. The world calls it communication, but it's just distraction. They want you to speak because it makes them feel in control. They want you to react because it feeds their egos. But what if I don't? What if I stay quiet? Not because I don't have anything to say, but because I don't owe them my words. What if silence becomes my weapon? Silence isn't isolation, it's liberation. And they won't understand it until they see what happens next. Because I've learned the hardest truth of all. My silence is my strength. I don't need their applause. I don't need their recognition. I don't need their validation. I'm not trying to fit into their world anymore. I'm building my own, and it starts in the silence. Stillness isn't the end, it's the beginning, the calm before the storm. Yes, but also the space where everything begins to change. The world will shout, demand, and beg for my response. But I'll stay quiet. I won't give them anything. Instead, I'm using this silence to sharpen my focus, to regain my energy, to align myself with my own purpose. They'll look for me to break, to bend, to react, but I won't. I stand firm in this. I stand in my silence, and I let it be the fire that transforms me. I am the silence that forges my destiny. The words I don't speak will echo louder than any I ever could. I won't be afraid of what they think. I won't let their noise dictate my life. Silence doesn't mean I've given up. Silence means I'm finally free. I'm no longer at their mercy. I am in control. Say it again. I'm not done yet. I've been running, chasing noise, chasing action. But now here it is, the stillness, and I'm terrified of it. It's too quiet, too empty. I don't know what to do with it. It feels like I'm standing on the edge of a cliff, looking into a void. My heart races. My mind screams. I want to fill this silence, make it go away. But the truth is, this silence is mine now. I'm not running anymore. I can't. The stillness is where everything changes. It's where everything starts, and I'm just going to have to sit in it. The world doesn't know how to be still. It can't handle it. It's too afraid to be quiet, too addicted to the rush of noise. But I'm not afraid anymore. I've realized something. This is where power is born. In the quiet, not in the distractions, not in the chaos, in the stillness. The future unfolds. It's not in the shouting, the arguing, the constant need to do. It's in the silence where you listen. It's in the pause that the truth comes. I used to think stillness meant weakness. It doesn't. Stillness means control. It means focus. It means strength. This is the place where I can hear my own voice, loud and clear, without all the external noise, drowning it out. It's not the absence of noise. It's the creation of clarity. And the more I embrace it, the more I understand the stillness doesn't scare me. It empowers me. The panic creeps in. What if I'm wasting time? What if nothing is happening? But this is the lie they tell. Stillness is not stagnation. It is creation. This is where everything is birthed. I've been running from this. I've been running from the quiet, because it asks me to face myself. The world is loud because it's afraid of being alone. But in this stillness, I am free. I am not defined by the noise. I am defined by the space I choose to create. This is where I confront the truth, the part of me that's been buried, the fears, the insecurities, the doubts. They don't go away just because I'm silent. But in the stillness, I see them for what they are. I see that they no longer have the power to control me. I am not these fears. I am not these doubts. I am the quiet. I am the calm. I am the space between the chaos where everything begins. This is who I am now. I don't need to rush anymore. I don't need to react. The future doesn't come from what I do. It comes from how I create, and I create in the stillness. It's not about fighting for space. It's about owning it, about claiming it. And here, in this silence, I will forge what's next. I'll no longer be afraid of the quiet. I'll build with it. Stillness isn't the end. It's the beginning. I've been taught to fear it, but now I see its power. Every moment I spend in the silence, I grow stronger. The world may scream and shout, but I will not be moved. I will stay here, grounded. And in this silence, I will become the person I was meant to be. The fire doesn't burn in the noise. The fire burns in the quiet. Say it again. I'm not done yet. I've been running, hiding, pretending the fire doesn't burn deep beneath me. But it's there, always has been. It's not a flame that flickers, it's a furnace. It's not a spark, it's a blaze. And I'm realizing now that I can't outrun it. I can't ignore it. I never could. You see, I used to think the fire would destroy me. I thought it was the thing that would break me, leave me ashes. But that's not the truth. The fire doesn't break me. It refines me. It shapes me into something unbreakable. It's been burning this whole time, and I've been pretending I'm not ready. But now I'm ready. I feel it in my bones. The heat, it's not some random burn. It's precision. It's purpose. Every ounce of doubt, every whisper of fear, every weakness in me is being burned away. What's left? That's who I really am. That's the version of me I've been hiding from. I used to think the fire was the enemy. I didn't understand it, but now I know the fire is my ally. It's forging me into something unshakable. It's burning away all the lies, all the excuses, all the things I've told myself to keep me from rising. And it's pushing me into the person I've always been capable of becoming. I'm not backing down. The fire is inside of me now. It's a furnace that burns hotter with every challenge, with every battle, every wound, every struggle. It burns stronger. And it's not here to destroy. It's here to purify the things I've held on to, the fears, the insecurities, the doubts. They're being consumed in the flames. And I stand in the fire, unbroken. The heat doesn't scorch me, it refines me. Every scar, it's not a mark of weakness, it's a badge of strength. Every moment I've spent in pain, in discomfort, in fear, those are the moments that have shaped me into steel. It means clarity. The fire didn't destroy me, it refined me. And in that fire I found the blueprint for everything that's next, the life I'm building, the future I'm creating. I'm not just a product of my past, I'm the designer of my future. I'm not the victim of what's happened to me. I'm the creator of what will happen next. The struggle, the pain, the silence, they've given me something most people will never have: clarity, focus, a vision. I see the path now. The mistakes I've made, they were the lessons. The failures, they were the teachers. Every step, every misstep, every moment of doubt, it's all led me here. And this blueprint I'm holding, it's forged from the flames of my own transformation. I'm not lost anymore. I'm not wandering. I'm not guessing. I know where I'm going, and I know how to get there. The future is mine to design, and I'm doing it with precision. Every move is intentional. Every step is calculated. The struggles, the battles, they're all behind me. I've learned from them. They've made me smarter, sharper, stronger. And now I'm playing the game by my own rules. I'm no longer reactive. I'm proactive. This blueprint, this is how I rise. This is how I build. This is how I become everything I'm meant to be. I don't wait for the world to tell me what's possible. I decide. I don't listen to the doubters, the critics, the ones who don't believe in me. I don't need their approval. I am the blueprint. This is my life. This is my plan. This is my future, and I will build it, step by step, day by day. I don't wait for permission. I don't need the validation. I am my own blueprint. I don't need their approval. I need my own. Yo, say it again. I'm not done yet. Stillness. It's not what they told me it was. Not some weak empty space. Not the place where nothing happens. No, stillness is power. It's force. It's the storm waiting to break. I've learned that now. Silence doesn't mean passive. It doesn't mean weak. It means control. It means mastery. I'm not running from the chaos anymore. I'm standing in it. And in that chaos I find my center. I find my strength. This is who I am now. This is my ground. The world rages around me. People shout. The noise is everywhere. But none of that matters, because I am still. I am steady. I am unshaken. And I don't need to move. I don't need to react. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I've learned that in the stillness, there is power. Power to observe. Power to understand. Power to choose. The world wants to pull me into its madness, but I stand firm. I choose stillness. I choose clarity. I choose peace. In the silence, I hear my truth. I hear the voice that was drowned out before. I hear the vision that was buried beneath the noise. And now I listen. I trust it. It's not weakness, it's strength. Because when you can be still while the world falls apart around you, that's when you're truly free. That's when you know you can't be moved. When you don't need to react to everything. When you let the world run wild, and you remain solid, unshaken. This is where the power is. In the stillness. In the space where I choose my moves. Not out of fear or urgency, but out of calm clarity. The world will scream. It will throw everything at me. And I'll be right here, unmoved. Solid, ready. When you find your center, when you return to your stillness, that's when you become untouchable. That's when you step into your true power. The hustle, the noise, it's a trap. People think they're moving, think they're making progress, but they're running on empty. They're chasing the wrong things. Me, I'm not chasing anything. I'm standing still. I'm watching. I'm listening. I'm letting the world pass me by, knowing it's all unfolding exactly as it should. When you're still, you're not passive. You're waiting. You're preparing. You're moving, even when it looks like you're not. You're building the future, silently, from the inside out. I used to think stillness was giving up. I thought it was retreat. I thought I had to hustle harder, fight louder, push faster, but I've learned the truth now. Stillness isn't a retreat. It's a weapon. It's the calm before the storm. It's the eye of the hurricane. It's where I find my power. Because when you're still, you're listening to something bigger than the noise. You're not running away from anything. You're standing in your power, waiting for the moment to strike. I've seen what happens when you're always in motion. You lose sight. You lose your center. You lose your center. You lose your center. You lose yourself. But in stillness, you find the clarity to see everything as it is. You understand the game. You understand your next move. And you wait. You wait for the right time. The world moves fast, but I've learned to move slow. I've learned to move with purpose, because stillness isn't empty. It's full. It's packed with power, with potential, with everything I need. I don't chase the noise. I don't run after the distractions. I don't need the validation or the applause. I stand still. I build in silence. I trust the process. And in that trust, I become unstoppable. The world won't move me. The chaos won't break me. In stillness, I've found my truth, and nothing can take that away. Say it again. I'm not done yet. They never saw it, because I never needed them to. I didn't broadcast the pain. I didn't post the progress. I didn't beg for validation or applause. I just kept going. Quiet, focused, obsessed, not with noise, but with becoming undeniable in the dark. There's a reason the loud ones fade first. Noise burns fast. Silence builds deep. I chose depth over claps, over clicks, over cheap dopamine highs from strangers who forget your name the moment you slow down. I let the silence shape me. I let it sharpen me. I let it starve me until only the real parts of me survived. Because the silence doesn't lie. The silence doesn't flatter. The silence keeps receipts. And in that silence, I bled. I broke. I became still building, still breathing, still me. The world watches the noise, but the world is late, always. The world claps after you've already buried your former self 100 times. The world only knows what the silence raised. They never knew the voices I had to mute, even when they were my own. Every day I woke up to doubt, but I walked anyway. Every night I fell asleep with fear, but I rose anyway. Not because it felt good, but because it was necessary. Because I knew this is who I am now. No witness, no soundtrack, no crowd. Just grit, just patterns, just brutal, boring, sacred repetition. And in that repetition, I rewired. Dopamine wasn't my master. Discipline was. They ask what changed. I tell them nothing. I just stopped speaking and started owning. I just stopped proving and started preparing. I let go of the performance and fell in love with the pressure. Let them forget. I remember every morning I chose movement over moods. I remember every voice I silenced in my head that told me I wasn't enough, wasn't ready, wasn't him. I remember every habit I hardwired, even when no one clapped, even when I hated every second. And I know now, that's the real legacy. The invisible work, the silent war, the days I didn't quit and told no one. That's the proof. That's the echo. Cut the noise or stay lost. People chase influence. I chase impact. They chase attention. I chase alignment. You feel the difference in your bones when you're not pretending. I don't need the stage. I built my own damn foundation. Underneath the chaos, beneath the trends, where no one watches, but everything counts. Goggins ran in hell so he could speak in heaven. Mandela spent decades in silence so his words could carry generations. Edison failed 1,000 times, in silence, before the world turned on a light. That's what the silence is. The lab, the forge, the monastery, the graveyard of your excuses. And still, I rise in it. I don't escape it. I build in it. Even in the ruins, I build anyway. People think silence is weakness, but silence is the sign you're so focused. You don't even flinch. You don't react. You act. That's what they'll remember. Not what I said, but who I was when the lights were off, when the checks weren't cashing, when the muscles tore and the path made no sense. Because I was still there. still lacing the shoes, still showing up to empty rooms, still swinging when no one saw the reps, still reading when the dopamine begged for distraction. Not hype, I'm heat. I learned to fall in love with the unseen. I trained my subconscious to crave the discomfort, to replace craving with clarity, to bury the urge for dopamine beneath the need for domination. And now, I don't seek peace. I am peace, and peace is not passive. Peace is earned, through war, through wounds, through walking when most run for relief. You feel that weight in your chest? That's the cost of a quiet legacy. You want the gold? Burn the need to be heard. You want the crown? Become unshakable without it. Because silence isn't empty, it's loaded, with all the decisions they never saw, all the nights you almost broke, all the times you kept going, still building, still breathing, still me. Say it again, I'm not done yet.